Alright, welcome back, guys, to the stream. If you're just tuning in, we're covering Healing Esper here. My plan was to make a written guide, and then also do some videos to kind of follow up on that for people who prefer videos. It gives people the options to learn and to share knowledge, basically, in the community. Alright, so we're going to be covering our last kind of build. It's more or less, again, a fun build. I do use it, and it does do decent damage. But again, it's not a build that I would run normally, and it's all suggested, okay? Alright, so we're going to be covering a hybrid build. Alright, so first off, we'll talk about the assault abilities. Telekinetic strike I took, base. Um, it does a good bit more damage, I think, and it's a reliable source for side point generation. But basically, what it looks like is it's a line telegraph, so you do have to aim it. So that's what it kind of looks like. You throw swords at the dudes. Uh, the next one ability is assault ability is concentrated blades. It manifests as a side blade that after 3 seconds spins and hits the nearest foe, dealing damage and generating a side point. You start with 2 ability charges, and similar to Bolster, you recharge one every 10 seconds. You do have to aim this ability. Let me just show you the telegraph. It is the same telegraph as telekinetic strike. Alright, so that's where some of the damage from the hybrid build will come from. I'll go ahead and talk about Pyro because it also does damage. So this is another source of your damage. Basically what it does is it conjures a torch, you throw it on a target, manifests a 10-meter field, and generates a side point. There's also instant cast up when you're above 2 side points. So good to know and good to have. As well as giving the tier 4 buff to allies, which is assault and support power is increased by 6% for 4 seconds, and refreshes on every heal that they receive from the pyrokinetic flame. Again, I did not change out Soothe tier 8 or Reverie tier 8 because it's just too good. The benefits it gives still allows you to do your primary role, but with the other spells I've just talked about, it does add a little damage into the mix. Keep in mind you are a healer mainly, so the benefits of your heals are much more important and more pertinent to the raid or dungeon than your damage that you do. So if you have to abandon those assault spells to heal, then do so, because that's your primary role. Anyway, again, I took tier 4 fixation, but since we only have one interrupt, in the event that you still need to take 2 interrupt armors off the target, you could base fixation and tier 4 crush. So not too shabby. I mean, I suppose you can go for a higher telekinetic strike. 125 more magic damage while standing still. It's not too bad. This is, of course, in the case that you don't need the tier 4 fixation. I suppose you could go after Concentrated Blade tier 4, but, these are just giving you options. I wouldn't highly suggest going after either one of those. I would kind of sort of use the setup I have here, and if anything, maybe move the points into Crush for the added interrupt armor removal. As I've said in other builds, if you don't need Projected Spirit, go after Carthesis, or Fade Out, or Restraint, or Incapacitate, or Shockwave. Any of those abilities are, it's entirely up to you to go after, uh, based off the encounter you're going up against. So, uh, all in all, it's not a bad setup. Again, it's a fun setup, and it's not something I would use all the time. It just, again, gives you options. So, anyway, that covers the hybrid build I have set up here. Give me a couple minutes, and I will start talking about the amps. I'll start with like a 45, basic amp setup, and then a 55 max amp setup. So, see you soon.